All right, ladies and gentle children, today we are working on a new lesson. This is called Properties of Numbers. So, when we talk about math, there are some things that exist in math called properties, and they help to simplify, to understand, to just have a general sense of numbers a little bit easier than maybe we might even be thinking. A lot of these I'm sure you already know, so this is going to be some good refreshment for you, but we're going to get into it, and you're going to be all good to go. So, the first property we have is called the commutative property. Commutative property. And what the commutative property is this says you can, that's not an N, you can add or multiply numbers in any order. So for example, A plus B is the same as B plus A, or Y times Z is the same as Z times Y. It doesn't matter the order in which you add or multiply numbers. Again, you should probably have learned that at some point in your mathematical career. All right, next we have the associative property. The associative property. And what this property says you can group numbers in addition or multiplication in any grouping. So you can group numbers in any way you see fit. So for example, we might see A plus B plus C. If I do A plus B first and then add C, it's the same as doing A plus B plus C. We're going to add B and C first and then add A. So it doesn't matter which two numbers we add together first, they're all going to add together eventually. Same thing with multiplication. A times B times C. If I multiply A and B together first, that's no different than doing A times B times C, where I multiply B times C first. It doesn't matter where I multiply first, I'll get the same answer. All right. Next, we have the distributive property. This property says a number multiplied by an addition or subtraction grouping is the same as multiplying both numbers first and then adding, or subtract. This one is very wordy. I don't like the words of this one, so I'm going to make it a little clearer, hopefully, by using the example. So the example for this says, if I have A times B plus C, that's the same thing. I can distribute this A times to my B and my C and get A times B plus A times C. And it works for subtraction too. If I have X times Y minus Z, I can distribute my X to both things, and I get X times Y minus X times Z. Okay, a real example of how that would look is that might look like if I have 3 times n plus 4, I can distribute this 3 to both things, and I get 3 times n plus 3 times 4, which is 12. Three times 4 is 12. So this would be my answer if I distribute my 3 to both of those things. We're going to deal with distributive property, probably one of the most of all the properties. This year, when you're in algebra, we deal with the distributive property a lot. So this is a good one to have an understanding of. Again, if you have questions on it or you want a little more clarity, we can talk more about it tomorrow. All right. Next, we have the identity property. This one is not hard, and it seems like it's a weird thing to have as a property, but it does exist. And it says you can add 0 or multiply by 1 and get the same answer. Add 0 or multiply by 1. So if I have, for example, A plus 0, that equals A. Or T times 1, that equals T. Oops, that's a 1. It's supposed to equal T. T times 1 equals T. A plus 0 equals A. If I'm adding 0 or times by 1, it doesn't change what I've done in my math. And then finally, we will go to our last property, which is the 0 property. And this says anything times 0 is 0. Again, you should know this because we know our math. X times 0 equals 0. Anything times 0 is 0. It's never going to change. All right, these are our 5 properties we are dealing with: commutative, associative, distributive, identity, and 0 property. Now, when we use this, let's say I want to do the math problem. We'll go with 25 times 17 times 4. I said, I want you to solve this as quick as you can without using a calculator. Well, you can look at yourself and say, all right, self, I know some properties. I know I can add or multiply my numbers in any order. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to switch my order here of these two numbers, because I can do that. And I'm going to get 25 times 4 times 17. This is the commutative property. I also know that I can group in any order. I'm going to group these two numbers. This is the associative property. Never mind. So I can group my numbers in any order there. And then finally, I'm going to multiply. What do I know? 25 times 4. I know that's 100 times 17. Anything times 100, I'm just going to add 2 zeros. Give me 1,700 or 1,700. And then all in my head, no calculators, no nothing, because I can reorder the way my numbers go. All right. We will talk some more about this tomorrow. Make sure you have all this down in your notes. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.